I still get chills thinking about that afternoon when the cops showed up at our door in our quiet Texas suburb, guns on hips, looking all serious like they were about to haul my wife Sarah away for some big crime, all because our nosy neighbor Lisa had dialed 911 with this smug grin, clutching her folder of evidence, like it was the smoking gun in a murder trial. The officer, this guy named Ramirez, flips through her papers, nods along to her story about threats and hostility, and then asks Sarah for her ID, casual as can be. 5 seconds of pure silence hit the air like a thunderclap. His face drains white, and he whispers, "Hold on, General Blake." And just like that, Lisa's whole world crumbled, her victory smile vanishing faster than ice in Texas heat. But man, what unfolded next flipped our nightmare into something nobody saw coming. It all started on this lazy Saturday morning, me chilling on the porch with a cold soda, watching Sarah out in the yard, her old Marine Corps tee soaked in sweat as she arranged those wildflowers she'd been babying for weeks. She looked like any other mom in the neighborhood, but I knew better. Knew she'd led thousands through hell in Iraq, keeping supplies rolling under fire without breaking a sweat. That's when Lisa strolled by, our new neighbor who'd moved in a month back, slowing her pace like she owned the sidewalk, phone out pretending to text, but eyes laser-focused on our lawn. She even pulled this little tape measure from her purse, squatting down to check our fence line like she was auditing for the IRS. By lunchtime, bam, this fancy envelope from the HOA lands in our mailbox, thick as a novel, listing out violations that made my head spin. $200 for non-approved shrub varieties, buried in some rulebook appendix nobody reads. $150 for grass blades varying by half an inch, measured at 8 spots no less, and another $200 for our gravel path edging over the property line. By what? 2 inches. Total hit, $550, with photos timestamped to the second, like Lisa had been staking us out with military precision herself. Sarah read it, her jaw tightening like back in her command days, and I could see the storm brewing in her eyes. This wasn't just bureaucracy, it felt personal, like Lisa was testing boundaries, maybe jealous of Sarah's green thumb or just flexing her HOA president muscles to show who ran this block. Sarah marched right out there where Lisa was lingering. Oh yeah, she was waiting for the reaction, and held up that paper like a battle flag, saying in her no-nonsense voice, "This is ridiculous, Lisa. Pure harassment dressed up as rules. These measurements are nitpicking nonsense." Lisa just smiled that condescending smile, the kind that says, "Bless your heart," without the words, replying sweetly, "Oh, honey, newcomers often need a little guidance on our standards here. I'd be happy to walk you through the bylaws if you can set aside that authoritative tone. Civilian life works best with cooperation, you know." And that's when Sarah snapped. After 25 years in the Marines, retiring to this supposed peace, dealing with petty politics, she grabbed that citation and ripped it straight down the middle with a tear that echoed like gunfire, then shredded it into confetti, letting pieces flutter down as she said, calm as ice, "There's your violations. Come back with real issues, not this made-up crap." Lisa's eyes lit up like she'd won the lottery, snapping photos furiously, muttering about destruction of official documents and escalating threats to community order. I stood there thinking, damn, that felt good to watch. But deep down I knew we'd just poked a bear, and Sarah's inner fire, the one that got her through war zones, was clashing hard with this suburban power play, Lisa probably driven by her own ego, building her little empire to compensate for whatever corporate failures she'd left behind. We spent that night digging into Texas HOA laws, Sarah at the table like she was prepping a mission brief, confident her logic would win. But Sunday, Lisa swings by all smiles, introducing herself properly as HOA head, and casually dropping she's a 12-year vet in real estate law at Thornton Law Group, her family's firm, eyes scanning us like we were exhibits in her case file. "Adjusting from military life can be tough," she said with that fake concern, "but I'm sure you'll get the hang of our collaborative ways." Sarah mentioned appealing, and Lisa just grinned. "Oh, I look forward to it. Just follow the procedures exactly." That should have warned us she wasn't some volunteer busybody. She was a pro, using the HOA to drum up business for her firm, citations leading to legal fees, her dad's Thornton builders snagging repair contracts. It was a racket, motivated by profit disguised as community pride, and we were her latest mark. The appeal hearing hit like an ambush, not some casual chat over coffee, but a setup like a courtroom, podium and all. Lisa in a sharp suit pulling out binders that buried Sarah's arguments under corrected docs, Email trails, certified mails. She even played the vet card against her, saying softly to the mediator, "Military experience is honorable, but civilian disputes need dialogue, not commands." The ruling stung. Fines upheld. Sarah labeled hostile. Outside, neighbors whispered. Lisa loud enough for all. "Some folks need time to unlearn that top-down mindset. We're here to help." Sarah drove home, gripping the wheel, white-knuckled, exploding later. How does she get away with turning me into the villain? I've built teams in chaos, and now I'm the outsider. It ate at her soul, this erosion of respect she'd earned through blood and sweat, and as word spread, online forums lit up with anonymous digs about that Marine wife causing drama. Lisa's handiwork, no doubt. Her jealousy may be rooted in her own stalled career, seeing Sarah's poise as a threat. Things escalated brutal. Lisa called an emergency meeting, slideshows blasting community threats with veiled shots at Sarah's yard, preaching to the packed room, "We protect our values here. Military hierarchies don't fit our cooperative spirit." Sarah stood, voice steady. "I've never claimed special treatment, just fair rules." Lisa shot back with that patronizing tone. Perhaps adjustment counseling could help bridge that gap from orders to consensus, and the crowd nodded, applauding her wisdom. It was masterful manipulation, turning Sarah's strength into a flaw, isolating us as neighbors' averted eyes, the social knife twisting deeper than any fine. Then the hammer dropped. Sarah's security clearance for her defense consulting gigs got flagged. A concern report citing her resistance to authority, freezing contracts, her life's work unraveling over grass clippings. She broke down that night sobbing, "They're stripping everything I am. For what? A power trip?" Our fights raged, me begging her to pay up, her accusing me of cowardice, marriage on the brink, all because Lisa saw profit in breaking strong spirits, her own bitterness from a messy divorce fueling the vendetta, I later learned. But hope flickered when our quiet neighbor Maria slipped us a folder emails, records showing Lisa's pattern. Target families, cite 'em, force fixes via her dad's builders, bill legal hours if they fight. "She's ruined 3 homes already," Maria whispered, scared but fed up. Sarah hit rock bottom, packing her metals, muttering, "Maybe she's right. I'm not cut for this." Then Lisa overplayed, banging on our door with a new $400 fine for intimidation, yelling for the street to hear, "Your military tactics won't fly here. Time you learned civilian respect." Sarah stepped out, exhausted but firm. "I've complied every step. This is harassment." Lisa dialed 911 theatrically. "Officers needed escalating threats from a trained veteran. I fear for safety." Cops arrived, Ramirez buying Lisa's tail at first, until Sarah's ID sparked recognition. "General Blake? The one who saved my convoy in Fallujah, 08, keeping supplies coming under siege?" Sarah nodded humbly. "Just doing my job back then." But Ramirez's respect shifted everything. He rescanned Lisa's evidence, spotting fakes, mismatched dates, cookie-cutter statements. "This looks like harassment on your end, ma'am," he told Lisa, her face ashen as neighbors' phones captured it all. No charges, instead offering Sarah protection resources. The crowd murmured, eyes opening to the truth. The video went viral overnight. 1 million views of Lisa's downfall. Hashtags like #GeneralWins and #HOA exploding support poured in. Vets sharing stories, exposing Thornton ties. Community flipped. Petition ousted Lisa. Maria took over. Reforms hit transparent rules, no conflicts. Sarah's clearance cleared. She became our advocate, helping with VA stuff, turning pain into purpose. Lisa slunk back, her firm hurting from backlash, her dad's yelling audible about lost deals. She apologized strategically. We settled quietly, waiving fines, forfeiting contracts. Months on, our block's thriving, barbecues real now, kids playing free. Sarah and I stronger, her leading subtly. But here's the twist that nags. During that final talk, Lisa hinted we misunderstood each other as strong women. Like her attack stemmed from envy of Sarah's unshakable core, maybe projecting her own failures. Was it all just misplaced admiration gone toxic? Makes you wonder if villains are born or broken. What do you think? Ever faced a neighborhood bully like that or been on the other side? Drop a comment. Share your take on justice in these tight-knit spots. Hit like if this hit home, and subscribe for more real-life twists. Thanks for listening.